And now for our feature presentation.
This is Jeopardy! And now, entering the studio is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Charlie O'Donnell. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Jeopardy! If you already know the rules, select the number of players. For game rules, select Help.
If you know the rules... Okay, go ahead and select a name. Allie? Now, if your names are right... Now the categories for the Jeopardy round. New Year's Day, followed by mysteries, fruit, lights, cameras, and music. Let's put the dollar values on the board. Allie, make your first selection. For $500,
This name came from an acronym of Nippon Kogaku, a Japanese optics company.
that's right. Allie, which one do you want? Answer?
Named for a place, it's the most popular variety of orange in the U.S.
Well done. Allie, how are you going to play it? The answer?
Now used in auto headlights, these lamps containing iodine were first used on wingtips on planes.
That's it. Allie, which one do you want? For $500,
Beethoven gave this rural name to his Symphony No. 6 in F major.
Yes. Allie, which one do you want? Here it is.
Wilkie Collins said this novel was inspired partly by the story of the Koh-i-Noor diamond.
Yes, well done. Allie, which one do you want? The answer?
With trumpets blaring, she opened her Angelus Temple New Year's Day, 1923.
Yes. Allie, what'll it be? Select. The answer is...
The first Kodak camera in 1888 advertised, "You do this, we do the rest."
Yes. Allie, what'll it be? Select. For $400.
This tropical fruit contains papain, an enzyme sometimes used in cleansing agents for contact lenses.
You got it. Allie, what'll it be? The clue.
A pyrotechnic device used to produce a bright signal light. You may have one in your car's emergency kit.
Right. Allie, which one do you want? For $400.
Le Préludes by Franz Liszt is an example of a symphonic or tone one of these.
Right. Allie, what'll it be? The clue.
Frederick Danae and Manfred B. Lee founded this mystery magazine in 1941.
Yes, you got it. Allie, what'll it be? For $400.
On New Year's Day, 1975, he became the only Attorney General ever convicted of a felony.
You're right. Allie, what'll it be? For $300.
The size in common to the film in old home movie cameras, and the tape in Sony CCD video cameras.
That's the one. Allie, how are you going to play it? For $300.
About 70% of the U.S. pear crop is of this variety.
You're right. Allie, which one do you want? Your clue is
A flicker of light, it follows shine, little glowworm.
That's right. Allie, what'll it be? The answer is
This Tyrolean mountaineer singing style features sudden changes from low voice to falsetto.
yes. Well done. Allie, which one do you want? Here's your clue.
This ex-jockey who wrote Whip Hand whips out an average of one mystery novel a year.
Right. Allie, how are you going to play it? Answer?
This Latin band leader, once married to Charo, made his entrance into the world January 1st, 1900.
Yes, you got it. Allie, which one do you want? For $200,
Not to carp on the subject, but this is the name given to a lens with a 180-degree view.
yes, you got it. Allie, what'll it be? For $200,
Of strawberries, cranberries, or raspberries, the one not an aggregate fruit.
you got it. Allie, what'll it be? For $200,
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is this.
that's it. Allie, which one do you want? Answer?
The lowest male singing voice, when it's very low and powerful, it's profundo.
You're right. Allie, which one do you want? Here's your clue.
He also wrote mystery novels about District Attorney Douglas Selby, as Perry Mason could tell you.
You're right. Allie, how are you going to play it? For $200,
The U.S. formally resumed diplomatic relations with this Asian country January 1st, 1979.
that's it. Allie, which one do you want? For $100,
Sitting behind the lens, its speed can run from 30 seconds to 1/1000th of a second.
that's it. Allie, what'll it be? For $100,
The Rio Grande Valley in Texas is a major producer of the pink varieties of this citrus fruit.
that's right. Allie, for $100,
Most of these, today, are made out of wax and stearin.
yes. Allie, for $100,
From the French for rocking chair, a berceuse is one of these cradle songs.
yes, you got it. Allie, how are you going to play it? It's the Daily Double. Allie, all right, a true Daily Double. Here is your Daily Double clue.
The Five Orange Pips was one of the adventures of this detective published in an 1892 collection.
That's it. Here is the last clue. For $100,
This U.S. island opened its golden door to immigrants New Year's Day, 1892.
Right. All right, that does it for the Jeopardy round. Here are the double Jeopardy categories. Pool, as in the game of pool. Colors. The White House. South Carolina. The Universe. And finally, Notorious. Here are the double Jeopardy dollar values. Allie, make your first selection. For $1,000.
A vivid red and a pepper stuffed in olives share this name, derived in part from Latin for pigment.
That's the one. Allie, what'll it be? Select. For $1,000.
Murder victim Elizabeth Short was given this flowery nickname for always dressing in black.
Yes, you got it. Allie, which one do you want? The answer is...
For the game of 8-ball, this many balls, not 8, are racked.
That's it. Allie, what'll it be? Select. For $1,000.
This state tree appears on the state seal.
Yes, well done. Allie, how are you going to play it? The Daily Double. Allie? Get it correct, of course, and you'll double your score. Here is your Daily Double clue.
For measuring distance, astronomers commonly use these two units abbreviated LY and PC.
Correct. Allie, which one do you want? The answer is...
The Crab Nebula was formed by one of these super exploding stars in 1054.
Well done. Allie, which one do you want? Your clue is...
The most luminous objects in the universe, their name comes from quasi-stellar.
Correct. Allie, what'll it be? For $400.
In July 1991, British scientists reported finding the first known one of these outside our solar system.
You got it. Allie, which one do you want? For $200.
Pope Calixtus III is said to have excommunicated this comment in 1456, calling it an agent of the devil.
Yes. Allie, what'll it be? Select. The answer is
Most of the wooden furnishings in the library are attributed to this New York cabinet maker.
you're right. Allie, how are you going to play it? Here's your clue.
This shade of yellow resembles the translucent fossil resin of the same name.
That's right. Allie, which one do you want? The answer is
After his acquittal, this silent comedian directed some films under the name William Goodrich.
you're right. Allie, what'll it be? For $800.
The top of a table is often made of this rock and can weigh over 300 pounds.
Right. Allie, which one do you want? Answer.
A national forest named for this swamp fox has a successful wild turkey refuge.
That's it. Allie, which one do you want? The answer?
In 1917, this First Lady set up what is now the China Room to display the ever-growing collection.
Right. Allie, which one do you want? For $600.
The color of the cross on the Greek flag.
Right. Allie, how are you going to play it? The answer is
Clifford Irving got over $700,000 for a fake autobiography of this reclusive billionaire.
that's the one. Allie, what'll it be? Here's your clue.
This is the term for the pocketing of the cue ball.
You got it. Allie, what'll it be? Here it is.
Used to make a blue dye, this plant was introduced in the 1740s and became one of South Carolina's staple crops.
Right. Allie, how are you going to play it? For $600.
This largest and most formal of the state reception rooms was once an office to Meriwether Lewis.
Right. Allie, which one do you want? For $400.
A purplish hue or a professor in the game of Clue.
You're right. Allie, how are you going to play it? It's the last daily double of this game. Allie, get it correct, of course, and you'll double your score. Here is your daily double clue.
John Nepomuk Schrank shot and wounded this bull moose presidential candidate in 1912.
That's the one. Allie, the clue.
This substance is applied to the tip of the cue to keep it from slipping off the ball.
You're right. Allie, for $400.
The spin imparted to the cue ball by hitting it off center is called this.
Correct. Allie? For $200,
The French name for this color is ivoire.
correct. Allie? Here's your clue.
It was from the diplomatic reception room that this president gave his fireside chats.
That's it. Allie? For $400.
Traditionally, male guests of honor stay in this presidential bedroom.
Right. Allie? The answer is
Now South Carolina's senior senator, he was the state's governor from 1947 to 1951.
yes. Allie? For $400.
Opened in 1736, this port city's Dock Street Theater was the first in the U.S. used solely for dramatic plays.
That's right. Here is the last clue. Your clue is
Boston Corbett, who allegedly shot this actor and assassin, was later sent to a mental hospital.
that's right. And that does it for Double Jeopardy. In a moment, Final Jeopardy. Each player will be writing down their Final Jeopardy question on a piece of paper. Make sure you have enough pens and paper for everybody before starting this Final Jeopardy round. Now, let's take a look at our Final Jeopardy category. The Final Jeopardy category is Literature. Now it's time to place your Final Jeopardy wager. Allie, make sure your opponents are looking the other way as you enter your secret wager. In just a moment, we will show you the clue. You must write down your response before time runs out, so make sure you have a pen and paper ready. The Final Jeopardy answer is E.M. Forster worked on the libretto of Benjamin Britten's opera of this author's Billy Budd. Time's up. Please stop writing. The correct question: who was Herman Melville? Allie, were you right or wrong? Good going. You're automatically the Jeopardy champion. Let's see how much you added to your total. Big wager, big score, big player. Good going, Jeopardy champ. All right, that concludes this game of Jeopardy. Let's take a look at the high scores, shall we? Here are Jeopardy's high scores. So far, of course, you're the only one on the board. Would you like to play again? No? Okay. But thanks for playing. I'm Alex Trebek, and I'll see you next time when once again you get to play Jeopardy!